Hello friends, this is Kumar and I welcome all of you to my YouTube channel. Friends, today we are going to discuss The Schoolboy by William Blake. William Blake, born 1757, died 1827, was the first of the great romantic poets who gave a new direction to poetry in England towards the end of the 18th century. Blake highly valued emotions, instincts, and imagination. He disliked the importance given to reason and social institutions in the earlier part of the 18th century. Early in his poetic career, in 1789, Blake published Songs of Innocence. Simple, brief poems in this book present the response of innocent children to different experiences of life. Through their innocence, Blake reveals both their simple mindedness and the injustice of society. A few years later, in 1794, he published Songs of Experience, which show awareness of evil in society and the suffering caused by it. The present poem, The Schoolboy, was first published in Songs of Innocence, but later Blake shifted it to Songs of Experience. In this poem, The Schoolboy, William Blake criticizes the traditional way of teaching children under stern discipline. Instead of imaginatively interacting with young students to help the growth of their mind and emotions, uninteresting words and facts are showered on them, which kills their eagerness to learn. There can be meaningful learning only if it is combined with playfulness and keeps children cheerful. If they are denied the freedom of spirit in childhood, they cannot develop the necessary inner strength to face hardships of life later. So now let us discuss the poem. The Schoolboy by William Blake. I love to rise in a summer morn, when the birds sing on every tree, the distant huntsman winds his horn. Winds means blows. And the skylark sings with me. Oh, what sweet company. So, the child wants to rise in the summer morning when the birds are singing on every tree, the huntsmen are blowing their horns, and the skylark also singing in the nature. So the images in the first stanza convey happiness and joy in nature, and the child wants to learn things around these atmospheres, not in the school. Now let us go to the second stanza. But to go to school in a summer morn, oh, it drives all joy away. So the child is saying that I love to rise in a summer morning when there are birds chirping, huntsmen are blowing their horns, skylark are singing. So the child wants to play, wants to learn in that kind of atmosphere. But instead of going there, he has to go to school, and it drives all joy he had in him. It drives all joy away from him. Under a cruel eye outborn. Cruel means the teacher does not understand the emotions of children and suppresses their playful spirit and the joy in their heart. Eye means the teacher carefully watching the children to ensure that they remain quiet. Outborn means very tired. This word applies to both the teacher and the students. So here the cruel eye is that of the teacher. So the teacher is looking at the students that they do not do any mischief. But children are born to do mischief, and that is their grief, that they can't do any kind of mischief, they can't do any kind of playfulness or naughtiness in the school. That's why the child do not want to go to school. The little ones spend the day in sighing and dismay. Dismay means strong feeling of fear and hopelessness. So instead of enjoying their childhood, they spend the time in the school in sighing and dismay. Now let us read the third stanza. Oh, then at times I drooping sit. Drooping means feeling sad. So he sit in the school. Usually he is sad and spend many an anxious hour. Anxious means feeling fear because of her uncertainty. The students are uncertain as to when the teacher might become angry or scold them. Nor in my book can I take delight. So the children do not take any delight in his books, nor sit in learning's bower, borne through with the dreary shower. Bower means pleasant shaded place under the trees, where the leafy branches of a number of trees growing close together in a sort of circle provide a kind of shelter. Learning is a joy. It delights the heart of learners and makes them feel as if they were resting in a bower. However, often teaching is reduced to a dull shower of words, which seems to ruin that bower of learning, just as rough weather and rain may damage a natural bower so badly that it no longer provides any shelter. Also, Blake felt that learning should take place in the lap of nature in a relaxed, playful manner. He had engraved pictures for his songs of innocence and songs of experience, and these were printed in color along with the text of the poems. In the picture for this poem, three children are playing marbles, four are climbing a big creeper, while one is sitting on it and is reading. Borne through means very tired. Dreary means dull, uninteresting, or saddening. Shower is a kind of shower of words which have no interest for young students. How can the bird that is born for joy sit in a cage and sing? So, how can that bird who is born for joy means who is born for flying? How can that bird, if you put him in the cage and if and you feel that and you ask him to sing, how can that bird sing? If we are taking his freedom, how can that bird sing in the cage? If you want to hear the singer, if you want to hear the song of a bird, you must give him freedom. You must not put him in a cage. How can a child, when fears annoy, but droop his tender wing? So, annoy is a kind of feeling of disturbance. So, how can that child, when he have fears in his mind, droop means to bend downwards. How can that child, bend downwards his tender wing? His tender wing means his tender arms or legs. How can that child play? When you are putting him under a school teacher who is always keeping an eye on him that he do not do any mischief, how can you expect that child to play, to do mischief and forget his youthful spring? Spring is the ability to jump and move quickly or lively movements. So the child forgets his lively movements and is buried in books. So that is not the right atmosphere for the child. O father and mother, if words are nipped and blossoms blown away. Nipped means damaged. Flowers, leaves, or branches grow out of words. If the words are damaged by severe cold in the spring season, the plant will not be able to develop. Similarly, if the positive energy of young minds is crushed in childhood, they cannot grow into mentally healthy adults. Blossom means flowers of a tree, bush, or creeper that bear fruit. If stormy winds blow away the blossoms before their time, no fruits appear. Similarly, if children are deprived of the freedom and happiness they need in childhood, then we cannot expect them to grow into responsible and mature human beings. And if the tender plants are stripped of their joy in the springing day. Springing day is the time, like the spring season, when leaves and flowers appear on plants. by sorrow and care's dismay. Care means worry or anxiety. It is about the teacher's anger about passing the examination, etc. How shall the summer arise in joy, or the summer fruits appear? So, how that child who is asked to go to school, who knows that he has to go to school where he has to sit all the day sighing and dismay, how that child can wake up in joy? He would have anxiety in his mind, or the summer fruits appear. So how that child who is born to joy and you are putting him in school under the cruel eye of a teacher, how can that child deal with this cruel society if he is not giving right atmosphere in their childhood? So that is the wrong thing. Or how shall we gather but griefs destroy? Griefs means causes of sorrow or anxiety. So how can we get that thing which grief destroy? How that childhood which has been destroyed by griefs, how can that child enjoy? How can that child enjoy life and in the life which is about to come? So that is not the right thing we are doing to children. That is what Blakes want to say here. Or bless the mellowing year when the blasts of winter appear. Mellowing means maturing or ripening. The mellowing year refers to the autumn season when fruits ripen in cold countries like England. If childhood is happy, human beings can grow with the necessary inner strength to face all hardships of later life. Blake criticizes the system of education because it denies children the joyful atmosphere required for the proper growth of their minds, which alone can help them face the difficulties of life. Blast means sudden, strong winds. So our present poem ends here. In this poem, Blake has criticized the schooling system of England. It is not just about England, it is about the whole world. Instead of giving freedom to the children, we are putting them in schools where their mind are crushed. That is the wrong way of teaching something to children. They must not indulge in words and figures. We must let them learn whatever they want to learn, and we must give them freedom. That's how they can grow into a mature human beings. So our present poem ends here. I hope you understand the poem very well. If you understand the poem, then please like, share and comment on the video, and please subscribe the channel for further such updates. This much all in this lecture. Thank you very much for joining us.